Okay, we start our debate. The parliamentary debating system with the motion, online learning is the best way in pandemic situation. There are two themes debate. First, government theme, and second, opposition. Okay, please government theme, give introduction and opinion about motion.
Okay, thanks to the moderator for the time given. Before I give my opinion, I will introduce myself. I am Oktavianti Sianturi from the government team, speaker 1. Online learning is the best way in pandemic situation. The COVID-19 pandemic has forced social distancing policies in the nation. It is better known as physical distancing to minimize the spread of COVID-19. So this policy is being first to slow down the spread of the coronavirus in the community. In general, online learning is a learning that is carried out electronically using computer-based media and network. The learning process is independent, where students can learn the material anywhere and anytime. The benefits we can filter. First, practical and flexible. The first benefit of online learning is in terms of practically with online learning. Interaction between teachers and students will be more practically because they do not have to travel to meet. Second, save time and cost. In conventional 2-hour learning, for example, it takes at least 3 hours for classes to start due to space shift. But teachers and students have to travel time together to reach the class used for learning. In addition, there are additional costs such as the procurement of books and photocopies of materials and so on. Third, easy to document. With conventional learning methods, students need to take notes or to make copies of the subject matter for themselves. Another way is to photocopy the material, but this method will require paper media, so it is not very practical and of course costs money. For example, when the lecturer explained when zooming, we only need to record the screen on our cell phone icon, namely the screen recorder. Now, after we record it, we can write in Word and we upload to Google Drive. For example, when our cell phone storage is full, we can delete the document and open it again on Google Drive. The fourth, environmentally friendly. With reduced mobility, you have indirectly reduced the pollution caused by motorized vehicles. In addition, learning does not require paper either for the provision of material, question, or data collection. The fifth, can more develop yourself. Another advantage of online learning at home is that children can develop themselves more. Shorter study time can make children explore themselves more in other things. We can do other things we like. We are drawing unique cartoons or practicing debate like ours. That's why learning is not only seeking knowledge, but also being able to develop the talents and potential that exist in children. The sixth, making students technology literate. The less advantage of online learning is that it can make children more familiar with technology and make good use of it. The reason is all the tools used in online learning must be related to technology. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Speaker 1 government team. Now, let's come to Speaker 1 opposition.
Okay, thank you for the chance that you have given to me. So, as you said, the online learning is indeed practical, but practically like that makes most students lazy in cleaning. And it is possible to just wake up and go straight to class without cleaning, such as taking a shower. In face-to-face learning, we are trained to wake up early in the morning, take a shower in the morning, and get used to get a better and cleaner life. And of course, practice discipline. The word practical doesn't only mean good. In practice, we ignore what is called a process, we tend to get used to easy things without training ourselves for more good. The second reason that I disagree with yours is most people say that it saves time. In real online learning, as I experience, and most other students also feel that online learning is directly following the lesson without anything complicated. But face-to-face, it is more efficient in the lesson, even though almost a lot of time is wasted. But this doesn't often happen in face-to-face classes. So you can also learn directly and practice makes students smarter and understands the impression of the lesson. The third reason that I disagree with yours is documentation of online lessons makes us even more down and lazy. Where we become practical like love, we don't need a pen to write. It makes us lazy. Even though online media is very complete, but what happens the more knowledge is online? All the more lazy we are to read and learn because we are more interested in interested things like watching entertainment apps like TikTok, etc. Storage of materials and documents makes the new thing a thing of the past. If we are trained to write, it makes our memory work, and the lesson is stored in a book, so it is easy to repeat it. So that's the reasons why I disagree with yours. Thank you.
Okay, let's come to speaker to government.
Thank you for the moderator. I'm Novita Gresiana Manurung. I'm from second speaker government team. In the middle of a pandemic situation like today, I think online learning is the best option to implement. If someone says that online learning makes students lazy and students' interest in learning decreases, that is not true and can actually train students to have an interest and enthusiasm for learning that comes from themselves or intrinsic factors in learning. If students already have an interest and enthusiasm for learning that come from within themselves, they will not be disturbed by various external factors that will hinder them from studying. This is a great opportunity for teachers to teach about passion for learning in students and motivate them to love the learning process. We cannot take the risk to return to face-to-face learning activities but endangers the safety of the students and also the teaching staff. By reopening school, we will face the potential for the formation of new COVID-19 clusters in school. Therefore, this House strongly believes in a pandemic situation where it is necessary to maintain social distance and avoiding crowds. Online learning is still the best way and even the only way to carry out learning activities safely and without endangering the lives of students and teaching staff. Thank you.
Okay, now let's come to speaker to opposition.
Thank you for the second speaker of government on your opinion. I'm the second speaker of the opposition. My name is Evi Sitinjak. I will elaborate some parts to respond your opinion about that if someone says that online learning makes students lazy and students' interest in learning decreases, that is not true and actually train students to have an interest for learning that comes from themselves. I'm sure that online learning makes students lazy to study. Why I'm pretty sure about it? It is because I have some parts and reason, even though they have interest comes from themselves. That isn't point. You know, from some part that I get, there's some reason that makes students lazy in online learning is unsupportive environment. Problems in learning, for example, internet network, and because they're not accompanied directly. I admit that if someone has interest from themselves, they will not lazy to study no matter what. But this online learning can make anything possible. Just imagine, when we face-to-face lesson, our teacher or our lecturer directly guide us. It still can make us not understand or confused. Moreover, we only see from our cell phone or even read messages sent. Not infrequently, when parents find out their children is lazy to study, many parents scold their children. In fact, the feeling of laziness is actually influenced by various factors. It is important for parents to identify the real problem to find the last solution and to overcome it. Because if they don't find the right solution, online learning will harm children's mentality. Most importantly, I'd like to mention that online learning makes students have trouble. They become not confident too, from several factors that I have elaborated before. Because I feel that, and I also believe, no matter how much a person motivation in learning, if the environment or circumstances experienced are not in accordance with what they want, then the motivation will slowly fade. That's it. Thank you.
And next, let's come to speaker to opposition.
Okay, my name is Christina Hutagalung. I'm third speaker of the opposition team. Thank you for the government team. Is opinion very good. I appreciate the statement and opinions of the government group, but I don't agree because the practical learning system makes students dislike and undergo is called a process to train themselves to become even more advanced, saving time in the sense of being able to go straight to class because the link or the lesson is already available. But again, online learning remains inefficient, and all important documents such as materials or excitement, just like doing, we will save them but not repeat them. Make us stay at home and create bad habits such as laziness that makes our environment dirty because our minds stay on the cell phone, and it is a fool if we say on learning to develop ourselves. Because in principle, when we don't have a commitment to change, no matter how sophisticated, technology doesn't mean anymore. It does make students know technology more deeply, but not same people who bask in the slime because of gadget addiction that causes eye disease and mental health disorders. Online learning is meant to avoid problems from COVID-19 because we don't want to even but have we ever took the after studying in online in this pandemic situation. Students to worse of than being exposed to corona. The fear is getting bigger. Many students are excellent by technology now. I agree from my group's opinion that in that online learning is not more efficient than face-to-face. A lot of falling from starting and lazy lifestyle due to being accustomed to simple and practical things. Online learning situation cause injustice where students who have satisfied smart friends and coders are enough to get a high score. The loss of all good history such as reading books, writing to improve brain memory, as well as student and teacher interaction are not stabilized. How the student lessons are going while the teacher and student do not understand each other, and as a result, student can understand the material the lesson if we compare the life that used to be without technology. Students who are disciplined, competent, and certainly educated not do now make students like to fight and plus online learning. There are many differences, such as the influence of sex on social media, the effect of mental health due to technology addiction, such as is the make by technology 70% in Indonesia. I'm not saying technology is not good, but technology besides making humans smart, but can also make humans or students stupid and lazy. And most importantly, learning online in the pandemic situation is the only way, but not for the best way. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now, let's come to speaker of the government.
So, the conclusion that we could take from the debate is some of the problems that I heard from the opposing team are all true, and they are clearly real. But as we know, we can't avoid them. Why do I say like that? So I can't avoid it because I'll start it with the coronavirus. We also don't want to happen, but the only way to avoid the spread of the coronavirus is only with online learning methods, whose benefits we can feel. So not only that, with online learning, our knowledge will in technology is getting wider. So we have to use it and be better. So that's the conclusion that our group could say. Thank you.